I wanted to talk about why stock photography is very profitable for a lot of people. And I'm going to put this in reference to print on demand. A lot of people who watch my YouTube videos know that I've made a significant amount of print on demand content, and I will always make print on demand content. With that being said, I did want to point you in the right direction for just a minute and kind of understand why so many people succeed with stock photography. Now, of course, the definition of success is somewhat broad, but let me go ahead and put it this way. Making money. Let's just define making money as success, okay? There are people who get on top of a print on demand business, whether it be Merch by Amazon, whether it be Redbubble, whether it be TeePublic, Society6, Etsy, and I can go down the list of other websites that don't succeed, that don't generate any sales, that don't generate any income. I remember when I was consistently teaching Redbubble and when I was consistently working on Redbubble each and every day, uploading 60 designs a day. This was back when 60 designs a day was allowed to be uploaded. I remember talking about how there are people out there who have uploaded hundreds of designs to Redbubble and have never generated a single sale. And you have to think about why that is. There's a reason why. Because if you can understand why, then you know how to beat the system. You know how to win. Okay? If you don't know how to play the game with the rules that are in that game, you're never going to win. So I'll explain why in just a second. But there's people on the other side, of the spectrum who upload to stock photography, and there's very rarely any instance where they never will not make money. Okay? And I kind of want to point out why it is. And it really comes down to the nature of the platforms. If somebody's a customer and they're going to Redbubble, they're going to TeePublic, they're going to Merch by Amazon, they're going to Society6 or Etsy, they're looking for a singular product to purchase. Okay? With stock photography, it's a little bit different. Most times, somebody purchases a plan. And in that plan, right, they are allotted a certain amount of downloads. So it's much, much different. The payment structure is much different. See, with print on demand, whether it is on Etsy or any other site, you are getting paid if someone decides to buy your product. That's not the case with stock photography. With stock photography, you get paid if someone decides to download your image. And if somebody's buying a plan to download an image, they're downloading many images. Therefore, they're not as strict as to what they're going to download. Now, hopefully that makes sense to you because there were some things that I taught that were very critical, and I still continue to teach. In fact, if you go to autopilotpassiveincome.com, I'll just put it up here. I have 4 main courses on autopilotpassiveincome.com. The Redbubble SEO course, the TeePublic course, the Zazzle course on tagging, and the POD design course. These courses were guides to show you step by step how to achieve a certain goal or how essentially I achieved those goals. So everything that I've learned, right, in a kind of a library type format, I share in these courses. But here's the thing. In order for somebody to purchase that product, they have to find your product amongst a haystack of other products. And by the way, there's nothing wrong with that. This is just simply business models. The people that watch my YouTube channel have probably generated sales before on these platforms. So I'm talking about the majority. I'm talking about the 100% of people, the full random sample, not just the people who watch this channel. Okay? So in order for someone to purchase your product on Redbubble, let's say, they have to search a certain title. You have to have the right tags. You have to have the right title. You have to have the right design, right? The design can't be pixelated. It has to be placed correctly on the product. It has to be transparent in a way where it fits on that product. And there's no, extra colors or anything like that that hurts the imagery. When it looks like when it's printed on a t-shirt, it has to look like it was designed professionally, right? All these things have to come together in order to get the sale. With stock photography, on the other hand, that's not the case. That's not the case at all. In fact, with stock photography, you have to nail down the image, of course, but even if the image isn't perfect, right? The person who owns that license can still download that image which still pays you. And that's the critical difference, is that the balance hangs in the algorithms here, the formats, specifically from the creator economy. As a creator on Redbubble or Merch by Amazon, I am depending on creating everything perfectly to where it's feasible someone will find, like, and purchase the product. In stock photography, the image doesn't have to be the best image. I don't have to add the best tags, and I can still get downloads. And downloads equals income. Now, for people that say you don't get paid that much through stock photography, it all relates to how much effort you put in. I made a video, which I'll leave a link in the description to, on a store. I pointed out a store that was making over $80,000 a month with stock photography, and that was on the low end. Okay, so every business is different, and stock photography is one of those businesses where it's a matter of when you get paid, not if. With print on demand, it's a matter of if you get paid, and that's the critical difference. See, with stock photography, there really is no real guarantee of you making a sale. Now, don't get me wrong, for people who've never seen my content before, I've been very successful with print on demand. I've mastered every aspect of the game, from the titles to the tags to understanding that particular platform, right? To understanding how to create a quality design. I've mastered those aspects. But in stock photography, you don't have to be a master. And to be honest, even if you tried to be a master, it'd be very easy to become one in stock photography, which is different because in print on demand, there's a lot of different disciplines that you have to learn. Like I said, from design to keywords to analytics to understanding algorithms, there's a lot that goes into it. But stock photography, there's very, very, very little research, if any, okay? And there's very little, really, effort. AI takes care of it. And, you could do stock photography where you go out there, you take pictures, and you hope that they sell. But I do things a little bit differently. With that being said, go to superstockai.com, and you could go ahead and join my introduction to my course. It's completely free. superstockai.com. It will take you in here. This is going to be a members area. You log in, and it will take you to an introduction. This introduction is an introduction to a course that I charge for, but you can absolutely access the information for free, and you can kind of learn more about stock photography businesses. I'm also going to leave a link in the description where it shows people out there who have succeeded in stock photography and are continue to succeed in stock photography. And like I said, stock photography is not one of these difficult businesses, specifically because we're using AI. I used to say that print on demand was the easiest business. And now I've changed my mentality because stock photography is the easiest because we have the ability to use AI. We don't have to go out there. We don't have to purchase, cameras. We don't have to take pictures. We don't have to be photographers. All we need is a computer and some time, and that's really it. And even now, it's getting to the point where we don't even need to actually do the work. We can employ AI to do everything for us, from the creation, from the ideas, from the images, everything associated. So it's just a matter of running the business. So once again, selling through print on demand is a matter of if. If you can do certain things at a high enough level, then you deserve to get the sale, right? Stock photography is a matter of when. Okay? It's a matter of when you get that sale. It's not a matter of if you get the sale. People who sell on Redbubble, who sell on TeePublic, right? Even if you sell digital products on Etsy, for example, stock photography might be it for you, and I'll tell you why. If you're selling mostly stickers on Redbubble, if you're selling even t-shirts on TeePublic, or even digital products on Etsy, these are typically very, very low commission type products. For example, if I sell something on Redbubble, I might make 25 cents, okay? On stock photography, I can make 33 cents. I can make 99 cents per sale, right? And that's on one website. That's Adobe Stock. There's a few other websites. But the point is that sometimes you want to figure out what's the easiest way to the income. And although print on demand is phenomenal, on your end, it's really no difference. All you're doing on print on demand is you're creating the image, you're uploading it, obviously, you're tagging, you're titling, but you're doing the same thing in stock photography. There's really no difference. So first thing I want to do is I want to show you this point of view that with stock photography, you will earn income. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. But for print on demand, it's not necessary that you'll make income. Now, of course, most of the people, like I said, listening, who do print on demand on my YouTube channel are successful. I've created over 1,000 videos specifically for print on demand type content. And that's not an exaggeration when I say 1,000. I mean literally over 1,000. In fact, the exact number is over 1,100. However, those videos, we all know that there are people with different levels of success with print on demand. Some people are extremely successful, and some people have low success. And when I say success, once again, we'll define it as an income. The fact that you're able even to generate an income in and of itself is success on these platforms. If you stick with it longer, you can generate more consistent success with stock photography. Of course, you'll have more commissions on platforms like Society6 or something like that. However, there's more consistency of earning with relatively less frustration, okay? With Society6, with TeePublic, with Redbubble, although they're phenomenal businesses, you might be a little bit frustrated because you're working, but you may not see the results pan out. But once again, with stock photography, nobody's on their last, package with only one more image left to download, looking at your image, deciding if they should download or not. Typically, they have plans that they pay for, and in that plan, they're allotted a large quantity, whether it be 10, 20, 30, 100, even 5,000 images that they could download, sometimes even unlimited, depending on what they pay for. And for a lot of people, they're just consistently downloading, and they decide what they want to use later. So that makes for stock photography one of the best options, is that somebody could sit down who has, let's say, an unlimited plan to download images. They'll pay for their plan, right? And every download that they download, you get paid for. But they're looking at a collection of images and they decide, I want this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, because they're not individually paying for each item. And that's what makes it a better opportunity for you as a seller, is that there's less weight off of your shoulders because of the difficulty behind getting or achieving the sale. See, on the right-hand side with stock photography, you're not selling anything. On the left-hand side with print on demand, you absolutely are selling. And there's nothing wrong with either one. Like I said, they're both different disciplines, and I actually recommend that you do both. I recommend that you incorporate both in your side hustle routine. I recommend that you utilize both because at the end of the day, you're using, let's just say, AI tools. You're paying for these AI tools. You're using Canva. You're using all kinds of different types of tools, right? These tools have shared approaches. Whether it be print on demand or stock photography, we're both using the same technology. You might as well just do both, right? So hopefully this video helps out and makes it very clear. It is easier to get those first few sales on stock photography than it is through print on demand. If you become much more talented with tagging and titling and artistry and design, then print on demand will pay you more profitably later down the road. But once again, if you stay consistent, it's not a matter of having very high skills with stock photography. In fact, I'm going to be sharing a video tomorrow where I show you guys how I actually don't create any kind of tags for my images through stock photography. I literally take a picture of the image that I'm uploading, and the tool generates keywords for me. So I'm not actually typing anything, and it generates keywords for me. And that's an easy way to get the titling and tagging out of the way so I don't have to focus on those things. One of the keys to success with stock photography is doing everything in quality, but at a very, very high speed so I can produce quantity. Quantity is very important in the stock photography business, right? The more you want to make, the more you have to upload. And so I found a tool and a system that works for me to be able to do that. And if you're interested, stick around tomorrow. I'll share that information with you tomorrow.